I don't know if you've been watching, but 2 episodes ago on Curb Your Enthusiasm, Kaylee Cuoco from Big Bang Theory, she did a guest spot there with Vince Vaughn, and Larry is at the optometrist and she's the doctor, and he notices her drop some sort of I forget the name of the candy. I don't know, like a pirate's booty or something. I don't know what the hell this is. I've never even heard of it. But it's drops a candy. Let's just call it a Starburst. Anything but a yellow Starburst, because people should obviously be executed for carrying yellow Starbursts around. Let's say that she drops a Starburst, and Larry catches her not picking it up. So the Starburst is on the floor. He catches her glance at it, so she knows it's there, and then just walks down the hallway. And, being the kind of guy he is, this makes him livid. And his friend, Vince Vaughn, is dating her, and he goes, look, I got a bad feeling about this girl because she dropped the Starburst, pirate's booty, whatever, dropped the Starburst, saw and didn't pick it up, and I ended up picking it up. And basically they're hinting at this was a greater sign at her character being a little And let me tell you what happened to me. 1000% true story to the T. There was this girl, I actually was quite into her, and we'd hung out sporadically, but then 3 to 4 months had gone by. I asked her if she wanted to come to an Islander game at Barclays, and we met in Manhattan, and we were going to take the subway directly there because it shoots right under Barclays. This is where the Islanders were playing at the time. I'm obviously a huge Islanders fan. And I remember before we got off the subway, she saw something on the floor. Like, she thought that she dropped it. Then she went to pick it up, looked at it, realized it wasn't hers, and then put it back on the floor, opposed to just right out that door. When you get off the subway, there's going to be a garbage within the first 32 steps. She puts it back on the floor. And you know how guys are when you're with somebody who's hot. You'll dismiss anything. You will dismiss anything. And I always wondered what the extent is for girls on that front. Like, if there's a guy who's considerably better looking than a girl, and I know I could use but maybe it's financial. I don't know, but I want to know, is there a girl who's so much uglier than a guy that she'll just excuse absurd things? Because this was the only reason. This is the only reason I had to excuse something. Like, here, let me see who's in here. Holden, the real Holden Myers. I didn't want the fake one in here. Now, let's say you were with me and I saw you kind of look at something and then pick it back up. I'd call you a scumbag. I'd say, yo, you're a scumbag. You looked at it. I wouldn't say it out loud. I wouldn't want other people to know. But as me and you were like kind of sneaking in, like, that was a kind of a scumbag move. So yeah, I know I still got some class here. However, no, I just bit the bullet, and that night ended up being fine. However, down the road, like, if there was a Larry there who would have told me, like, man, I don't know about this, let me tell you what this one did. Shortly after this, maybe even like 2 weeks, it was like, literally, we hung out. Look, we were not like a relationship or anything. That we were kind of lingerers, that person you hang out with like once a week or once every 3 weeks. All of a sudden, 5 months has gone by. Like, oh, you could tell someone, I've been hanging out with her for 5 months, but you hung out with her 5 times. It's a weird thing, but it's something. And we went out the day before Valentine's Day because, you're not serious with someone, so you can kind of, it's like, hey, you want to do something there, but, you steer clear of the whole, like, this is not I don't know. You know what I'm talking about. So we go out. And this girl, the very next day, like, you would think if somebody was watching, you'd be like, oh, yeah, I guess that's just 2 people hanging out. The next morning, I stayed over her place, walked her to kind of like where we would split. She would go to work and I would go to the subway. And then she goes, oh, I'll talk to you later. I'm going to see this movie tonight. And then she just never responded or answered to me ever again. Just a full... I don't know why continental ghosting. I don't know why that's the word that came. A continental ghosting. It really means nothing. But this is what she did. This is what she did. Not like a once, the full ghosting out of nowhere the day after Valentine's Day. And I guess this is what you get when you try taking someone to Barclays instead of Madison Square Garden. You know, you kind of you kind of expose who you are at that point. Or if you're in LA, you got the Clippers tickets and you didn't get the Lakers tickets. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, but the hint was there. The hint was there. I can act all surprised and I can tell the story. Do you believe this? We hung out once a month, 5 months, Valentine's Day. Drop that thing on the floor and put it right back down. To the scumbag.